If you could have chosen your dad, what would you have chosen? A rich dad or a fit dad? One of those choices, my friends, I want you to let me know right now. Comment about it. If you only had a choice of choosing a rich dad or a fit dad, what would you have chosen? Even today, what would you choose if it was your choice? If your dad was poor, your family probably struggled financially. You probably didn't get the 3 squares a day, right? You probably were on the lunch program at school. You were probably riding around in raggedy cars and so on and so on and so on. But if your dad was rich, you might even had somebody drive you to school, right? You were probably eating steak occasionally, once a week or whatever. You probably had all the fancy clothes, up-to-date clothing. You probably had all the designer jackets, designer shoes. You're probably living in the storybook house, right? The white picket fence, the Labrador, the dog, whatever. If your dad was rich, you probably took the summer vacations where you would go out to South Beach, or you'd go to Sarasota or Naples, Florida, or head to the islands somewhere because your dad was rich. My friends, I'm going to submit to you today that I personally would rather have a dad that's fit, a fit dad. So maybe your parents are poor. My parents didn't have a lot of money growing up, but my parents both took care of themselves. So my dad was considered, and my mom, you'd consider them fit dad. And I had a fit mom. So I would much rather grow up in an environment like I did, where my family were showing me the value of exercise. Too many people that I know have made a lot of money, but aren't healthy. And now they're suffering before. And some of these people right now are running to try to gain their health back, right? And they're realizing that they've screwed up because they got all this money. They started all these companies, but they don't have the health, my friends. Health is indeed wealth. Rich dad or fit dad? What do you have? What do you actually have? My dad passed away over a year ago. My dad was fit at 97 years of age. All right, you can always earn money, my friends, but if you lose your health, hard, very hard to get it back if you lose your health. So when you start looking at the financial things, you start looking at the successful people in the world, don't forget this one thing. Somebody who's fit will always beat out somebody who's rich, because rich people have all the money that they need and they can buy anything that they want. But just like you and me, they cannot buy good health, my friends. That is something that only you can achieve yourself through action, right? Positive attitude and action. You have to apply positive attitude, but you have to have action. So even if you're fat, flat, broke, if you start exercising, you can become physically fit. And that's going to pay huge dividends health-wise. But don't neglect your valuable asset just because you have some chingaling in your pocket. Again, I will say it. Rich dad or fit dad? If you had your choice, my friends, which would you rather have had? And who are you to your kids? Are you a rich dad or are you a fit dad? Now, with that said and done, remember this too. Fitness isn't just about physical fitness, but it's about spiritual fitness, my friends. It's about mental fitness. Staying sharp mentally, praying to God, reading the Bible, reading the Word of God. Mixing the spiritual in with the fitness and the mental fitness is huge to building a better life for you. Because if you don't have Christ, you don't have nothing. So I would encourage you today to include spiritual fitness with your physical fitness and mental fitness. Do things to keep your mind sharp, my friends. So, fit dad or rich dad?